Isn't it amazing how crises just appear and they get all of our attention and they dominate the news and then they disappear? They don't get resolved, they just get hidden away by our government and the national media loses interest. Edward Snowden dominated the news for a couple of weeks when he exposed an NSA surveillance program that spied on just about every American. And then he just went away. The government is still spying on you. Snowden was just quietly disposed of. Chemical weapons were used in Syria, violating President Obama's red line. America was on the brink of war, and then it just went away. Syria is still in the grips of civil war. Assad still has chemical weapons. The story was just quietly pushed away by our government and a willing media. And in both cases, Snowden and Syria, President Obama was provided an escape hatch by Russian President Vladimir Putin. The man that President Obama allegedly doesn't get along with, but always seems to be there to bail him out. The United States pretended to be incensed when Vladimir Putin granted Edward Snowden asylum in Russia. But we didn't really want him back to put him on trial and potentially expose the NSA. And so the Snowden problem just quietly disappeared into the Russian landscape. And then President Obama was about to be embarrassed by Congress as it prepared to turn down his airstrikes on Syria. And riding into the rescue once again, Vladimir Putin, who offered to confiscate and destroy Syria's chemical weapons. The question is, what do we have to do for Putin in return? I always go back to a private conversation between Putin and Obama that was picked up on a microphone about a treaty to give up nuclear arms.
My last election, yeah. After my election, I have more flexibility.
Yeah, I understand. I translate this for Vladimir, I understand.
If and when we sign a treaty and give up some of our nuclear weapons, remember that conversation. And remember Snowden and Syria. And realize that escape hatches come with a cost. I'm Larry Mendte.